Alrighty, we're back. Okay, start. You got it. We're back. Anyway, some weird shit that I gotta cover today. It's truly unfucking believable how fucking weird this is. Um, but let me just give you some updates. 2 days ago, on Friday, there was the appeal. So if you don't know what has happened up to this point, I'll just give a very brief summary. 2024 John Anthony Lifestyle, which was terminated last year for violating the harassment and cyberbullying policies of YouTube. John Mulvihill, the owner of that channel, which is terminated now, started making videos about me, defaming me. Although I never called it defamation, I just call it fucking lying and talking out of your ass and bullshit, because that's what it is. So I made videos, he made videos, but I never fucking lied about anything. I called him homophobic because we'll get to, let me save that because that one is fucking weird. I'll get to that later. But anyway, there was this battle of YouTube videos. None of my videos got taken down. His videos got taken down. And then last year, almost a year ago now, his entire YouTube channel was taken down. Now, let me fast forward a little bit more. Straight after his YouTube channel being taken down, he decided to sue me. He was threatening to sue me for a long time already. But then he flew to Peru in January 2026, hired some lawyers, Peruvian lawyers, and tried to make a case against me in the Peruvian court system. Which is weird, because he doesn't even fucking live here! He lives in Brazil. He's American. He has nothing to do with Peru. He has no audience in Peru, and he has no fucking audience on YouTube either. Are you dumb? So obviously this whole thing is just pure targeted legal harassment towards me and my family. Obviously. Now, I'm not really hurt by this. It's just a waste of my fucking time. And I get the opportunity to make a few live streams every once in a while to give updates about this weird fucking shit. Like, my job is to make YouTube videos to help you guys. But here I am giving updates in case I get fucking shot or something. No, I'm not worried about being shot or anything like this. I know this guy is a fucking coward. I have seen things. And speaking of cowardice, he didn't even show up. That's what we're talking about today. Friday, there was the appeal because he tried to sue me here in Peru. And a few months ago, his court case got rejected immediately by the judge of the Peruvian court. So then he and his lawyers appealed it, which anyone can fucking do. And Friday was the hearing, 2 days ago, was the hearing for the appeal in the Superior Court. 3 judges will decide what happens. And I thought it would be over like 2 days ago, but they have to like make their decision in the next few weeks or something like that. But ultimately, he made an appeal because he fucking lost. And then at the hearing 2 days ago, he didn't even fucking show up. Was he scared? Is he a coward? Probably. Let's have him respond. But he has no YouTube channel, so who gives a shit? But anyway, I just find that really funny because here's the crazy fucking part. And there are like 5 different crazy fucking things I have to say today about what happened 2 days ago. There are several crazy fucking things. The first crazy thing I need to tell you is that in the first few minutes, not even that, barely 2 minutes in the appeal hearing, one of the judges, the, what do you call it, the Superior Court judge called Senor Magistrado, he was yelling, the superior judge was yelling at John Mulvihill's lawyer. I was like, what the fuck? I hope this, like, the Superior Court records the hearing. So I'm very interested in getting my hands on a copy. Because holy fucking shit, the judge, in the first 2 minutes, I am not making this up. It is fucking crazy. In the first 2 minutes, barely 2 minutes in, the judge was yelling at his fucking lawyer. And I didn't really understand, like, exactly why, but it was probably because he didn't fucking show up. So the judge was probably like, I can't remember exactly what the judge said in this moment. I was just fucking shocked because I was like, man, I really didn't know what to fucking expect. And barely 2 minutes in, the fucking judge is yelling at his lawyer. Probably because he didn't fucking show up. So, as we say in Spanish, sin respeto, without respect for the Peruvian court, which, that we knew that long before this was happening because he made videos saying, Ice White is going to Peruvian jail. That is not respect for the Peruvian court system. We don't just fucking throw people in jail here unless they're president. That's a different case. Like most of the Peruvian presidents go to jail. I think even the one who was just elected, put in power like barely 2 weeks ago, I think she served some prison time once or something like that. Her father definitely did. Her father was also president. Anyway, but like that's the point. He was making videos saying Ice White is going to jail. Like, there's this thing called the legal system. You can't just fucking throw people into jail. This isn't Nazi Germany, John. Fucking weirdo. And like he made the thumbnail, me behind bars in a prison. Yeah, like that's how the legal system fucking works, man. In your fucking dreams. Anyway, I did not intend to get this fucking spicy today, but there's some crazy shit I have to let out there in case I get shot tomorrow or something like that. Again, I'm not worried about that. I think this guy's a fucking coward. But then again, historians say that Julius Caesar didn't have enough paranoia. His wife told him, they're going to stab you. They're going to try to assassinate you. And he was like, whatever. I don't think they got the guts. So, and then the Ides of March happened. But anyway, I keep going off track here. But yeah, back to this thing. Barely 2 minutes in, the judge was fucking yelling at John Mulvihill's lawyer. It was fucking insane. I wish I got the recording for that or something. The court has it. If I can get my hands on it, it will be fucking spectacular. Like, I cannot emphasize enough. None of you guys were there. And neither was John. John Mulvihill was not even there. He fucking missed this shit. Man, it was fucking amazing. The judge literally yelled at his lawyer. It was fucking crazy in the first 2 minutes. Anyway, I was like, man, this is working out in my favor, I think. So I wasn't too worried. And obviously the whole thing is in Spanish, so I imagine, I'm not claiming this isn't defamation. I imagine that he probably didn't want to show up because he probably doesn't know Spanish. So then he would just look like a dork, like me, sitting there in a fucking court proceeding, being like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know some Spanish. I don't know exactly what's going on at every fucking second, but I could get the gist of it because I fucking live here. So I have to absorb the language, but man, it was insane. Like anyway, from the stuff I did understand, because it's all in fucking Spanish, his lawyer, after being fucking yelled at, was basically the first thing, I think it was the first thing that she said, what I'm accused of. Ice White is accused of calling my client, John Mulvihill, homophobic. Oh my God! How dare I call someone homophobic for using a homophobic slur that begins with F? Oh my God. Lock me up and send me to fucking prison, man, for calling someone homophobic. Are you dumb? Like, imagine being a lawyer, going to law school, paying lots of money for that shit, and you spend your time attacking innocent people on behalf of a litigious asshole who goes to other countries, tries to sue people in multiple jurisdictions, a serial legal harasser with a history of sexual harassment allegations, who was arrested in Las Vegas on charges of kidnapping, coercion, and sexual assault. And I'm the bad guy for calling him homophobic. So, the first charge of I Sweat, he is accused of calling my client homophobic. How dare I call a man homophobic when he, multiple occasions, used the homophobic F word? The word that if I said it on YouTube, this video would be demonetized, given enough reports. According to YouTube, I'm pretty sure it's fucking homophobic. Now, can you guys put a 1 in the fucking chat? No, not even that. Can you guys just write, I confirm, that sounds homophobic. Am I going crazy here? Or is the lawyer really fucking dumb to accuse me of calling her client homophobic because he was homophobic? Like, oh my God, is this a fucking crime? This is Peru. This is Peru. You know what happens in Peru? There's only male and female in Peru. In Brazil, where he lives, a woman was arrested, and I think she was given jail time or something. A woman was arrested for calling a man in Brazil. A man who likes to dress up as a woman. That's what happened. We got some people who are calling in, watching this live stream right now, who live in Brazil, who are in the chat. I know where some of you guys live because you actively interact with me. Jilliana, do you recall in the news somewhere there's a Brazilian woman who was literally sent to prison or something along the lines of that for calling a man in Brazil? Like, that's the woke Brazil. Motherfucker, welcome to Peru. This is the fucking jungle. You might have a bigger jungle in Brazil, but you got bigger fucking problems there. We got a smaller population. This is conservative, right-wing Peru. For most of my life, I didn't even consider myself right-wing. But at least you can credit right-wing countries with not being fucking imbeciles. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. So, that's why he couldn't include in his court case against me that I accused him of being bisexual. Because the Peruvian court would just recognize, hey, you didn't have sex with a woman, you had sex with a man. And that makes you bisexual or gay. So, here in Peru, you're either a man or a woman. There's none of this woke Brazilian bullshit or woke American bullshit. Okay? I can say that in Peru, you're either a man or a woman, or you gotta pick a fucking side. And you can't even pick. It's decided for you by your own biology. So anyway, why am I ranting about this shit? Back to the fucking thing. Man, I got so much more this isn't even the tip of the fucking iceberg. So let me just summarize what I said so far. First 2 minutes, the judge yelled at his lawyer. And that was fucking crazy. I want to get a recording of this if I'm allowed. If the court permits me. You know, like, hey judge, can I upload this to YouTube? They'll say no. 99% sure they're going to say no. But even if I just get that for my records, that's fucking hilarious. Anyway, the next thing, like one of the first things his lawyer said after being yelled at, I'm accused of being homophobic. Now, I just mentioned that. Now, what are some of the other things? Like, I'm accused, Ice White, defendant, is accused of saying that my client has fake subscribers. And then towards the end of the hearing, I had to give a response, or I didn't have to, but I did in Spanish. And I said to that part, he has no subscribers. He was banned! He was banned. So how are you supposed to investigate? No, again, I said this last time, and the lawyer just repeated the same fucking shit. I'm accused of creating a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Incorrect. It was Google Sheets, motherfucker. To track, manipulate the numbers of subscribers. Motherfucker. YouTube has or should I say had, the numbers. You subscribers right there. You click on like further information, more information. On any YouTube channel, it will almost always show you how many views the channel has. So they claim I manipulated a spreadsheet on Microsoft, whatever the fuck is, Excel. No, bitch. I fucking recorded the numbers, copied and pasted them from YouTube, from his channel, onto Google Sheets. Can't even get the software right. And it wasn't manipulated. I copied and pasted it from YouTube. They're saying I have no evidence that he faked his subscribers or had... They're just saying I made up the numbers. Bitch, please! Those numbers come from YouTube. YouTube is the source. So I told the judge at the end, La evidencia, the evidence de los números, of the numbers, are from YouTube itself. Are you dumb? What the fuck? Again, imagine going to law school, becoming a lawyer. We got lawyers here. It's so funny. We got lawyers in the chat. Lawyers who live in Brazil. This is wonderful. Imagine going to law school and you just spend your time representing some sadistic American cunt who just harasses people in so many ways. He was banned on YouTube. So the other thing I said to the judge about that is he was banned on YouTube. So why are they trying to accuse me of saying he got fake subscribers if it doesn't even fucking matter anymore? Regardless, if he did have fake subscribers, which was 100% the fucking case, because you can look at the ratios. You could compare 100 YouTube channels like I did. I didn't do 100 actually. I did a few dozen or something like that. I literally compared his YouTube channel to Mr. Beast, to Fresh and Fit, to Playing with Fire, to Michael Sartain, to Game Global, to many other fucking channels. I got the fucking sheets there. And they're saying I manipulated. No, bitch. I copied and pasted the numbers from YouTube. Are you dumb? Like, you went to law school and you can't even do fucking math. Oh, shit, man. And you can't even get your client to show up. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm getting way too excited here. I did not even want to go crazy like this, but it's just coming out of me because I'm very passionate about this. I don't want this shit to happen. He fucking came here to Peru, to my country, to attack me, and he fucking lost. And he didn't even show up in the appeal. So it looks like he's going to lose a second time. Second time on 2 fields. He lost on YouTube, he lost in court, and he's probably going to lose the appeal. Anyway, what else? What else was I accused of? I was accused of, as I said so far, calling him homophobic. Oh, what a crime. Lock me up. calling him, saying he has fake subscribers. The evidence is YouTube. Like, the ratio is highly suspicious. And he doesn't even have a fucking channel anymore. So regardless, even if I was fucking lying about that, I manipulated the numbers, which I fucking copied and pasted from YouTube itself. I never made a single thing up. But they're saying I should give them $350,000 for manipulating his fucking number. No, bitch. He manipulated his numbers. I specifically challenged him 2.5 years ago to show his YouTube studio screenshots of it. He never did that. I wonder why. I gave him the easiest fucking challenge ever. All you gotta do is motherfucker, I screenshot my YouTube studio every single month, and I have been doing it for fucking years. I show people every single month, normally on the 5th day of every single month. I literally did it like 3 or 4 days ago, last time. I have witnesses to all of my YouTube analytical data going back years. I don't make up a damn thing. But I asked this guy for one little screenshot, and he can't fucking give it. Because he's a bitch! He's fucking scared. He can't show any fucking evidence. He can't show up to a fucking court proceeding. Useless. Absolutely fucking useless. Anyway, let me read the chat because I gotta calm myself down. I am never like this. I'm just getting very excited because, hey, no, for real though. When I was talking to, I didn't want to like come across as like, I wasn't yelling at the judge, but I was expressing my frustrations to the judge. Similar to this. I didn't fucking yell just like I've been doing for the last 20 minutes. But I really emphasized some fucking words. So in Spanish, American is estadounidense. So to emphasize it, I said, estadounidense. No, okay, that's too much. I really overemphasized that one. But if you look at what American is in the Spanish language, it ends in the word, in English, dense. So I said, estadounidense. I literally emphasized the last 2 syllables. For anyone who speaks Spanglish, they would understand that I'm calling him a dense American. Oh, and there's a even better one, but I'm going to save it to the end. And I said it straight to the fucking judge and this bastard's lawyers. But anyway, I got to write this down before I forget. It is too fucking good. Anyway, let's see the fucking comments here. Get some love. Common John Transphony Lifestyle L. I can't remember which way this is showing, but that's probably something like that. Good afternoon. If this was a U.S. court, you can submit a FOIA request for the transcript or the, yeah, exactly. Not in U.S. court, I'm familiar with this case. Wait, that disappeared. ¿Cómo seducir una famosa y si se puede sin dinero ni status ni drama? Let me just translate that accurately. I know some of the words, but I want to get this 100% right. How to seduce a celebrity and if it's possible without money. Do you only speak Spanish? Because, you know, that would kind of take... Then again, this is about something that happened in Peru. So I'll try to save this to you, and I'm saving that comment. See if I can get back to you. But just put in the chat if you know English, because it would just be better for me to speak in English about that. And they wonder why lawyers charge so much. So many fucking time wasters. Well, not really. I don't know, but not many people like this guy. Man, there must be a sanity charge. That makes sense. Yeah. It's a similar thing for coaching, you know. I know a lot of coaches in this space who filter for whoever signs up because they don't really want to waste their mental energy on someone who's not willing to learn, someone who's going to be annoying, that kind of thing. So I think everyone is tired of certain people, regardless of the industry. Free worst crimes: rape, murder, and calling someone homophobic. Oh my God. Lock me up. I am a criminal for calling someone homophobic. Why did I call someone homophobic? For using homophobic slurs that start with F on multiple occasions. How terrible of me. Your Honor, my client may have said some homophobic stuff, but that doesn't mean he's homophobic. Okay, what? Yeah. Love these jokes though. No, that case. And it's just seen it come up on Facebook kind of thing. As long as the numbers you recorded are not defaming his business. Exactly. He's accusing me of defaming his business. And the original judge basically said, bitch, please. I'm adding that part in, of course. The judge, basically, I'm adding a few things in for dramatic effect. Bitch, please. You were banned on YouTube. How is a single person responsible for a loss of business if you haven't even given detail on any loss of business and you were banned on YouTube by YouTube? Bitch, doesn't look like I own YouTube. Just to clarify, guys, in case you're confused, I am not the owner of YouTube. I just have a lot of YouTube stuff. Am I responsible for his business? No, he's responsible for his business, and he's responsible for fucking it up. He's responsible for violating YouTube terms and conditions, or should I say, the harassment and cyberbullying policies of YouTube, which he was banned for. And I told you guys before he got banned that he will be banned for harassment and cyberbullying policy violations. Some of y'all here will remember that. I told you what was going to happen, and it came true, because Ice White is always right. That's our fucking motto here. Anyway, let me continue. What else? What else was I accused of? Let's remember, calling him homophobic, manipulating numbers of his YouTube. Bitch, it was his fucking YouTube channel. I just copied and pasted numbers. Official YouTube data, which he never provided himself when I challenged him to. The easiest challenge of all time. What else was I accused of? Let's see. Oh yeah. Here's the greatest one. They accused me of calling him a rapist. Accusing me of calling him a rapist. Now, what is rapist in Spanish? I was looking through the court document because it's all in Spanish. They had to translate everything I ever fucking said because I said things in English. And he's trying to sue me in Peru, which speaks Spanish. So you got to translate everything. And how interesting. What is the word rapist in Spanish? Well, let me type it in here. Ba 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 da ba. In Spanish, the word rapist is violador, which, if you translate it to English, translate it back to English, it means violator. And I thought that was very interesting. So, at the end, when I was giving a mini statement to the judges, I said, I said in Spanish, but I'll give you the English version. They accused me of calling him a rapist. They accused me of saying he had fake subscribers on YouTube. Your Honor, or really the equivalent to that in Spanish is Señor Magistrado. He was banned on YouTube. Your Honor, John Mulfield is a violator. I said, John Mulfield es un violador of the YouTube harassment and cyberbullying policies in YouTube terms and conditions. So, a fun little pun in Spanglish there for his lawyers. I did call him a violador to the judge. I straight up said to the judge, John Mulfield es un violador of the YouTube policies, which is why he was banned on YouTube. How fun languages are. The word rapist in Spanish is violador. Translated back to English, violator. Violator. Violación, which is Spanish, is very easy to translate to English. Violate. Violated. Or you know, if they try to translate this to Spanish, they're going to claim that I said, Ice White claims that John Mulfield raped YouTube policies. No. He, well, depends on how you see it, I suppose. John Mulfield violated the YouTube policies. So I literally did, in court, to the judge, call John Mulfield a violator of the YouTube policies. Spanish 101, bitch. You got fucked up. I straight up punned you in 2 fucking languages. And you didn't even show up in court, bitch. I punned you in 2 fucking languages at the same time. Twice. I called you a violador of the YouTube policies. And what was the other one again? Oh yeah, I called him an American. Estadounidense. Dense American. I love languages. I've been, I taught myself Ruski Yazik. I taught myself Russian when I was like 11 years old. I learned to read Russian by myself. I learned to read German by myself. I learned to read Greek during recess in high school. I'm a fucking nerd. I can go around Tokyo and know exactly where to go. And I can't read much Japanese at the moment, but I just absorb it in Peruvian restaurants. This isn't even Japan. I'm learning Japanese just from restaurant signs in fucking Peru. Literally, Japanese writing. I am an intelligent person. I'm not going to boast about how intelligent I am, although I would have liked to do that many years ago. But when you sue me, when you try to sue me in another country that you don't even live in, you come to my territory. I know not all of the language, but I know how to fuck you up in a language that you don't even speak, that I barely speak myself. I speak English most of the time. My daughter is bilingual. And soon she will be trilingual. Because we are the whites, motherfucker. Don't fuck with us. This guy never fucking learns. Seriously. Let's read the comments. Wasn't he literally on video sexually assaulting or at least harassing a woman? Yeah. Should I pull that video up right now? Let's see. Video file. How interesting. Let's see where this is. Street harassment.
Hey, you trying to get in this?
That's my dad. It's okay.
You can jerk off to it. Oh, sorry. I thought you were my friend.
I don't know.
Let's play that again.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, you trying to get in this?
That's my dad. It's okay.
You can jerk off to it. Oh, sorry. I thought you were my friend.
I don't know.
What is that in Spanish? I think the judge would love to see this.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, you trying to get in this?
That's my dad. It's okay.
You can jerk off to it. Oh, sorry. I thought you were my friend.
I don't know.
Do you know where this was? This was 1977A, Union Street, San Francisco, California. I found it. I found where it is. And in my last video about giving updates on this legal matter, I proved how I found it. I showed it on Google Maps. Now, that restaurant or cafe isn't there anymore. It's now under new ownership. So it's different on Google Maps, but the windows, the walls, the other windows and walls, even the bar stools are still there. We know where this is. 1977A, Union Street, San Francisco, California, USA. North America, America, Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Galaxy, Universe. We know where this is because I found it. So you are correct, sir. Correct. Mike, wasn't he literally on video sexually assaulting or at least harassing a woman? Now, I don't know. Maybe that wasn't harassment. Maybe he just wanted a hug. I don't know. What do you guys think this is? Is this harassment? Is this street harassment? Is this sexual assault? What is this? What was he possibly doing here? Let's get your opinions, because he's trying to sue me for things I'm saying, accusing me of saying things nobody ever said before. But the Peruvian court ruled. We're in the appeal right now, but originally the Peruvian court ruled that he basically has a pre-existing controversy. No, not even that. The one controversy, motherfucker, this guy is plagued with bad things about him. This man is controversial, and he has been for years. He was arrested well over a decade ago. I didn't even know who this fucking guy was until 2020. I never interacted with him until April or May 2020. I was on his YouTube channel in 2 videos in May 2020. I didn't know who the fuck he was until 2020. Wait, wasn't he arrested in Las Vegas around 2013? 7 years before I even knew who the fuck he was? Am I responsible for the various news articles in the 2010s before I knew him. Can you guys write in the chat what you think he was doing in that video? It can't just be me imagining spreading rumors, defaming him, claiming that he's doing sexual harassment or shit like that. Man, what is he doing? I don't know. I think he just wants hugs. Maybe he's just a homeless man begging on the street. Your Honor, my client was never in this video. This is an AI video. Your Honor, my client was not homophobic and doing sexual harassment on the street at night at 1977A Union Street, San Francisco, California. He was lost, asking for directions. He wasn't talking about jerking off his penis. He was asking for directions. Guys, help me out here. I don't understand what I'm seeing. What is this?
Trying to get
My
in
dad.
this?
That's my dad. It's
Here,
okay.
in front of
What I'm seeing here?
You can
I
jerk
don't
off to it.
understand what
Oh,
this
sorry. I
is.
thought you were my friend.
I don't know.
Your Honor, my client was clearly looking for the nearest McDonald's. This isn't street harassment, Your Honor. It's just a ghost. My client is not in this video. My client has never been to the United States of America. My client lives in Brazil. How could he be in San Francisco? Your Honor, I don't know what this video is about. What could he possibly be doing, Your Honor? This is not sexual assault. What's he doing, guys? I don't understand. Someone help me. What's he doing? Let's play it again. I really don't understand.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, you trying to get in
dad.
this?
That's my dad. It's
Here in
okay.
front of you. You can jerk off to it. Oh, sorry. I thought you were my friend.
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you trying to get in this?
Reaches out. Your Honor, he's not grabbing her. Your Honor, that's not his arm. He served in the Vietnam War and he lost his arms. That's a prosthetic arm. Therefore, he wasn't touching her. Your Honor, she was wearing a jacket. Therefore, he didn't touch her. He touched the jacket. What are we saying here? What's going on, guys? I really don't understand what this is.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, you trying to get in this?
Look, it's like, oh my God. It's like you're in a car wearing a seatbelt and suddenly the car just stops while it's already kind of speeding. That literally happened to me yesterday. You know what's worse? Let me tell this joke that I came up with. Let's hide this for a moment. You know what's worse than a Peruvian driver? A Peruvian woman driver. That's what I had yesterday when I ordered an Uber. When I Ubered an order, and the driving was really bad. And she literally nearly crashed the car and she stopped and the seatbelt caught me.
Dad, it's
Here in
okay.
front of you.
I'm just kidding.
Look at this, so you know what I mean. How did she get pulled back? See this in relatively, it's not slow motion, but little by little.
Hey, you trying to get in this?
What's she doing? Is she throwing up? Your Honor, he didn't even touch her. She was just throwing up because she was drunk. Your Honor, he's not grabbing her. He's just helping her pick up her bag, which she never dropped. I don't know. Help me out, guys. What's going on here? I really don't understand. Pulls her back. Oh, then he brings in the other arm. Your Honor, Ice White defendant claims that he grabbed her on the street. Your Honor, clearly this video shows that she is walking backwards. I literally can't make up the kind of stupid shit they're gonna say, because they surprise me every single fucking time with some new bullshit that makes no fucking sense. Like, you can't even write it. It makes no sense. You can't make it up. Like, what the fuck? You go to law school and what you're really doing is just creative writing. And just like, Your Honor, my client, a man with a history of sexual assault allegations, with existence of videos of him grabbing women. No, I'm sorry. He wasn't grabbing women. He was helping them up. Helping them walk backwards. Am I going crazy here? What's he doing, guys?
That's my dad. It's okay.
Several seconds being held against her will. She can't even see him.
You can jerk off to it.
Turns around. I'm speechless. This is what I have to fight against. Imagine, I get threatened legally. There's more crazy shit I gotta say about this. About something else that happened recently. But relating to this video, I have a daughter and she's 6 years old. This is the shit that she's gonna have to face when she grows up. And I said last time, when I was back in Canada, hanging out with a friend of mine, or a family of friends, I mentioned that I have a list of documentaries to show my daughter when she turns, let's say, 14. And my friend, she's a mom. She has a daughter herself. She said, you need to show her now. She was 4 years old at that time. I'm a father. My daughter is 6 years old. And when she was 4 years old, I started building a list of documentaries to show her. The movie Spotlight, for instance, which was or I don't know if it still is, a Boston newspaper that reported on the pedophilia of the Catholic Church. Several other things on my list. There's one on Netflix about Jeffrey Epstein. I can't remember the exact name. Something money, dirty money, the Jeffrey Epstein story or something like that. That's on my list. What was Jeffrey Epstein doing? It comes in two parts, 2 episodes, I think. Or something. No, maybe it's more episodes. In the first episode, part, whatever, it reveals that Jeffrey Epstein was recruiting 14-year-old girls from local high schools in Florida. West Palm Beach, or I can't remember exactly where it was, but wherever his Florida residence was, he was recruiting 14-year-old girls to give him massages, of which he would be wearing no clothes. And then he would ask them to touch his penis and stuff like that and try to have sex with them. 14-year-olds in Florida. You know what he did when families found out and tried to speak out about it? He tried to silence them! That is what people who sexually assault and rape people do to victims who come out and speak out against it. People like this silence others using legal threats and dirty fucking shit. Whatever they can fucking do to get you to shut the fuck up so they can protect their precious, rapey, sexual harassing reputation. That's what Jeffrey Epstein did. And all of you fucking know it. He used lawyers against people. He tried to silence people. This is not news anymore. This is the shit that powerful people try to do to silence you for speaking out against their crimes. Crimes against children. Crimes against girls. Crimes against women. And what is this? Grabbing a woman on the street, she turns around. I wonder what happened to this woman. Maybe she never reported it, which would be truly sad because lots of this shit doesn't go reported. But one time in Las Vegas, someone did report him and he was arrested on charges of coercion, gross lewdness, sexual assault, kidnapping. I don't care who you are. Something happens or you see something happen to someone else, you need to fucking report it. Guys like this should never get away with their bullshit like this. They are grabbing women on the streets. My daughter is 6 years old. When she's older, she's gonna have creepy fucking guys like this guy doing weird shit. And it's my job as a father to defend my children. Not even that. I'm sticking up for everyone. Like I said last time, there are family members of mine who are victims of date rape drugs, male and female victims. Report that shit. I'm a victim myself. I forgot. I told you last time, someone tried to date rape me. I'm a man. A gay person tried to date rape me. He poisoned my fucking drink. The same guy who bought me a drink. Because I'm a Jew, I don't buy myself drinks. And I don't drink alcohol anymore. But back then, I'm like, why bother buying alcohol? It's kind of pointless. You might as well just have pre-drinks in your home. A guy tried to poison me. This shit happens to men and women. And what I have been concerned with for more than 2 years. My daughter's 6 years old now. And when she was 4, I started making this list of documentaries so I could prepare her for the fucking freaks and creeps out there like this fucking guy. This is serious. You know how many women have been sexually assaulted before? You know how many women have been poisoned? Their drinks spiked, poisoned, date raped. There are men out there who are a big fucking danger and they keep getting away with their bullshit. And you know, some people get away with it. Jeffrey Epstein tried getting away with it for a long fucking time and he got sent to prison. And now there are conspiracy theories saying he's still alive, he had powerful connections, or someone tried to kill him. It was a staged thing. What was the meme back then? Not even a meme, but a conspiracy reminder. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. You remember that? People still spread it. Is he dead? Is he not? Who fucking knows? I'm not claiming I know, but he got away with it for years. Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't know what's happening with her now. Is she serving time in prison or something? If she is, good. You know who out? You know who really got away with it? Jimmy Savile. some English radio host or something, and he used his position on TV and radio. He exploited it. He exploited his status. He visited hospitals with children in there, and he raped them. And he got away with it for decades! And then he died. He got away with it. And when, it's not like nobody spoke up about what was happening. It's not like anyone didn't speak up against him. People tried. But the BBC, which is the broadcasting TV network run by the government of England, the English government covered it up. The English government is fucking evil. They covered up a pedophile rapist. Why am I talking about this? Well, let me remind you, this is what people try to do when they commit crimes. They try to cover it up. They try to silence you. He threatened me with all this legal bullshit. He threatened to sue me in Florida. I don't even fucking live there. He tried to sue me in Peru. He lost. And now he's battling an appeal. And he didn't even fucking show up to the appeal hearing. He tried to sue me in other places. He's fucking shopping for jurisdictions because I'm part of an international family. How convenient. You don't even fucking live here. Stop fucking letting people get away with the shit that they're doing. They are evil. Jimmy Savile got away with it. Evil fucking man. The English government covered it up. Evil bastards. We're talking about children here. Innocent kids. Jeffrey Epstein got away with it. And there was a cover-up. Who else was there? Man, like Australia, there was Rolf Harris. False accusations exist. Like, maybe Michael Jackson got falsely accused. Cliff Richard faced false accusations. There are people who face false accusations. Let's say this man is innocent. He never did anything wrong. He was just giving out hugs to people on the street at night who happen to be women in the dark. And he happened to be talking about jerking off his penis or something like that. Completely innocent. Let's say he is innocent of anything he has ever done or anything he has ever been accused of. Okay, you're innocent. Live your life. But when you're doing shit like this,
I'm just kidding.
Hey, you trying to get in this?
when you're doing shit like this, I don't believe that you're innocent. And this is not the only thing. I've been telling you for fucking years, and other people have been telling you for fucking years. Modern Life Dating did videos about this fucking guy doing creepy shit. Other YouTubers have been doing videos about this creepy fucking guy doing creepy fucking shit. And he tried to fucking silence them. He got some of their videos taken down. Not many videos on YouTube right now are left. If no videos were ever taken down that were accusing this guy of something, people would be more aware. So, as a reminder of the original court ruling in Peru, we currently have the appeal, which is to appeal the original decision. The original decision was this guy has a controversial history. And the position is, I'm not just saying things that nobody ever fucking said before. There are hundreds of comments across YouTube on the videos that are still on YouTube. Imagine what was lost. I don't even know what to say anymore. We have to stand the fuck up and stop letting people silence others. Every accusation should be treated seriously, but at the same time, I know there are false accusations out there. But when there's shit like this, and more, much more, I cannot take the guy fucking seriously. It's a fucking power game trying to silence everyone. That's a dangerous, evil thing. Absolutely fucking disgusting. So yeah, thanks for bringing up that comment. I spent like 20 minutes on that one. For real though, it's really fucking important. Some of you guys have kids or are going to have kids. And after the first few years, oh, you're having fun, you're just derping through life. It's easy raising a child, but then I think it's easy raising a child. I just think most people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then 4 years later, after the birth of my daughter, I realized I'm going to have to really protect her. I'm going to have to prepare her for the evil that's out there. Someone does something to her, I will take that evil bastard myself and send him straight to hell. Whatever consequences I get, it's welcome. Because my purpose, man, it's not that I love movies like Taken, is that there's an innate, natural rage about movies like Taken. Someone takes a father's daughter, he's on a fucking mission to hunt them down. I'm getting very excited today, but movies like Taken, there was another one with Mel Gibson, I can't remember the name, where his daughter gets killed or something. There's one with Sean Penn. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen the Sean Penn one where Godfather Part 3. Al Pacino, Michael Corleone, he loses his daughter. His daughter is killed in an assassination attempt. And he screams. It's taken away from him. And it's just a movie. It's just a plot line. It's just a story. But in Godfather Part 3, the attempted assassin, as far as I remember, gets killed almost immediately for doing that. There's just a fatherly innate rage. Gladiator. The reason why Gladiator 2 wasn't anywhere as good as Gladiator 1, the original, and I got a friend who was part of that movie, one of the actors. Gladiator is a revenge plot. His son and his wife are murdered by a treacherous asshole, tyrant. And he goes on a long journey. He's literally a slave. And he tries to break out of it, gets revenge. There's something that sends chills down your spine in stories like that. Because we know any good man will do the same for his family. That is why I'm here. No, my daughter is not a victim of John Mulvihill. I don't want her to be a victim of anyone. But the fact is, I have a daughter and there are some fucking creeps out there like John Mulvihill. And these creeps will try to silence you for standing up. Don't ever back down, no matter what frets you face. Speaking of frets, I might as well talk about that now. So when I was in the court hearing with my lawyer, after the hearing, my lawyer showed me screenshots on WhatsApp from a suspicious phone number, +1, American-Canadian, +1 is used by the USA and Canada, a +1 phone number in Peru. Well, sent to my Peruvian lawyer. Peru uses the country code +51. USA and Canada uses +1. But where the USA is concerned, there are particular area codes which give you more information. So 305 is a phone number from Dade County in the Florida Keys. Why did my lawyer get some weird messages from an American phone number from South Florida, sending her photos of my lawyer with her family? Don't you think that's suspicious? How strange. My Peruvian lawyer, who generally only gets messages from +51 phone numbers, gets a message from an American phone number from South Florida, sending pictures of her with her family. How strange. Now, I don't know who that could be. I'm not saying it was 100% a certain person from the USA, but isn't it very interesting that my Peruvian lawyer gets photos sent to her of her with her own family from an American phone number during a court battle? How strange. How fucking strange. And I remember what my lawyer said to me. She said, "Que raro," which means how weird, how strange. It literally means how rare. But how weird is that? And what else did she say? She said she doesn't know anyone in Florida. My Peruvian lawyer doesn't know anyone in Florida. Why would anyone send her photos of her with her own family on WhatsApp from an American phone number from Florida? How strange. That's what my lawyer said. How fucking strange. So, you know what this is called? This is called intimidation tactics. This is intimidation. These are threats. How strange. How suspicious. Now, I don't know who that could be. Who could that possibly be? I don't know. Who could... maybe it's Michael Jackson coming back from the grave. Who fucking knows? I don't know who the fuck that could be. How fucking weird. How fucking creepy. What a fucking creepy thing to do. Is my lawyer scared? Hell no. But this guy's lawyer got yelled at in the first 2 minutes of the legal proceeding. How funny. How ironic. I don't need to send any fucking threats. I don't need to use random WhatsApp numbers and send messages, creepy fucking messages, to anyone's lawyers, sending them photos of their lawyer with the lawyer's family. How fucking creepy. I don't need to do anything like that. I don't want to do anything like that because I'm a good person. That's what my wife said. My wife said that I'm a good person. You don't need to take it from me. Take it from a loyal woman who has children with me. Because I'm not out there doing creepy things. I'm not out there sending creepy fucking shit to people's lawyers. I'm not using intimidation tactics. But someone seems to be. How fucking weird. Let's get back to these comments, man. Do you think he actually has any game at all? Now that reminds me, as I like to say, there are 3 stages of game. I don't know why I'm being so weird today. There are 3 stages of game. There are so many guys who think they have all the game in the world, but all they can get are one-night stands. If all you can get, hey look, you can get one-night stands. Congratulations, you can get laid with a new woman every month or 2 weeks or a week. Congratulations. 2 weeks later, where's that woman that you slept with? Out of your life? How surprising. If you are not seeing the women you sleep with, again, you don't have game. You only have stage 1 game. You can get a woman, but you can't keep a woman. What the fuck is game if you can't even keep a woman? 3 stages exist. Meeting women. We call this dating. Some of you may call it pickup. Nah, it's dating. It's just dating. Let's ignore all these nerdy fucking words. Lay count, body count, last minute resistance, lays, same day lay, insta date. And what's the other one? Pickup. No, it's dating. Stage 1 is dating, meeting women. Stage 2, relationships, keeping women. If you can't keep a woman, you don't have fucking game. Stage 3, family, legacy. If you don't have a family, you have a legacy then. And what is legacy? Well, for people who have a family, their family is their legacy, or at least a major part of it. Imagine saying, hanging out on these fucking creepy Discord things, or being in the Telegram groups. I have game, guys. I have such good game. I'm the best gamer in the world. I'm the best pickup artist in the world. Blah, blah, blah. I'm the best PUA in the universe. No one can beat me. But then they don't even reproduce. So you're telling me millions of years of evolution, you're the one with game in your family, or that's what you say, but then you don't even have children? You say your parents were dorks? Well, they gave birth to you. Where are your children? You can't say, I'm the best gamer in the world, when you got shit for a legacy, when all you got are a bunch of women you slept with 10 years ago who don't even think about you, don't even know where you are, haven't seen you in decades. Congratulations, you got laid 20 years ago with a bunch of women and you haven't seen a single one of them in the last 1 or 2 decades. That's not game. That's just really fucking sad. So, that doesn't quite answer the question, but that's one side of it. Now, what is game itself? Game is leadership. Game is life. And I think this guy is failing. So let's just leave it there. Can't even show up in fucking court. I have the best game in the world. Too scared to fucking show up in court for his own legal attack against me. Can't even show up. Where's all this game? Where's all this game, boy? Was he convicted of asterisk there, grape? If not, calling someone in without legal conviction is defamation illegal. And from YouTube may be enough to be interpretation as fact, and that's the thing. I never said that he was a rapist, but he claims that I said that. So what the case is referring to is a video that someone else made that has nothing to do with me. I never called him a rapist. It's so dumb. He literally included things in the case that I never fucking said. Bitch, that wasn't even me. It's just some other random fucking YouTube channel. That was not me. So their main arguments in the appeal were, Your Honor, he called my client homophobic. Your Honor, he said that my client has fake subscribers. And bitch, he doesn't even have fucking YouTube anymore. He was banned. So, I called him a violador to the judge of the YouTube terms and conditions. So, that is the word rapist in Spanish. But I didn't say he was a rapist. I said he's a violator of YouTube policy. Haha. So, there you go. Can't fuck me up with that. Legal man. Incredible game on display right here. Just grab a woman off the street and put her on your lap. Clownery. Absolutely. Looked like assault. Yeah. Guys, like, help me out here. I don't know what this is. Is it assault? This guy's saying looks like assault. Might sound soy or that weird shit, but just grabbing someone and putting them on your lap, what the fuck? Fucking weird. I don't think you could prove a sexual assault, but I think a good lawyer could get a conviction for criminal confinement, kidnapping, due to restraint impeding her movement. It might come down to what he said to her. Yeah, something about jerking something. Was he talking about beef jerky or jerk sauce? Was he talking about Jamaica or something? I don't know. It sounds like a completely innocent thing. Most women would never report that it happened. Yeah, there's I don't follow this guy, but his videos keep coming up on Facebook, I guess. There's Russian YouTuber called Vlad NCL or something like that, and he dresses as a woman, but he's also very masculine. Like the guy got fucking muscles and everything. He's a pretty big guy, but he does these. I wouldn't even call them pranks. I wouldn't describe him as a prankster or anything. He just exposes creepy behavior on the street. He dresses up as a woman. I think he just likes to do that in general. But he came up with a great idea. He dresses up as a woman, and he records himself or has someone follow him around with cameras, walking around the streets of various cities. He did this in New York. He just released a video recently, or the one I saw like today and yesterday was from London. And I guess he has done it in other cities too. But I remember seeing one in New York, and it was like, or even some German city or something. man, like, this is a man dressed up as a woman, and there's some fucking creepy men, like, following him around, trying to kiss him, trying to grab him, trying to flirt with him. Uh, just like straight up asking for his Instagram, not knowing it's a man. Oh, there was a crazy one actually. There was one where he was in Ireland or something, and an Irish guy was trying to hit on him, not knowing he's a man, and then he switched from his innocent female posing voice, and he said, "I'm a man, brother." He switched to a deep Russian male accent. Brother, I'm a man. What are you doing? The Irish guy was into it anyway, and just kept fucking going. Which, it sounds funny, but this is Vlad. He's a man. He can handle himself. And I have seen videos of him like being punched, or yeah, he was punched or something at one point, at least. But this is a man, so it's kind of funny watching the video, some clips of it, but for the most part, it's fucking scary because you're right. Well, this is Jilliana talking. She is a woman. She knows. She lives what Vlad is doing. She lives this every fucking day. Vlad just goes out for this like however many times a year. It's crazy. Raise your hand if you have a mother. Like every human on earth has a mom and a dad. Just imagine, there are some of you guys watching this who know that your mom was sexually assaulted at one point. Maybe some guys watching this, maybe things are even darker than that. I remember there were family members of mine who were attacked in alleys. And as I said before, poisoned drinks, date rape and everything like that. It even happened to me, as I said. So most women would never report that, sadly. It happens so often. And that's the crazy thing. Like, I see a lot of police resources go to shit, and police just not taking certain things seriously anymore in many places. But at the same time, I have family members who were detectives, police officers, and stuff like that. My wife's father, my father-in-law, was a detective for 40 years. And his partner was killed. And my father-in-law had a day off one time. And the person who took his day was shot and killed. It's not easy being a police officer, but again, there are lots of corrupt things going on. But enough about that. It is scary out there, but I really do encourage everyone to report. We can't let evil motherfuckers get away. Because, like, let's say, like, the most mild harassment happens to you. You never know. This person probably, as I like to say, where you will find one thing, you will find more. If you go to a lake and you see a duck, where the fuck did the duck come from? Did it fall out of the sky? You're gonna find more ducks. If you go fishing, you catch one fish. Is that the only fish there? There are gonna be more fish. You go to a forest, there's a tree. One tree, there's more of it. Where you find one thing, you will almost always find more. So if someone sexually assaults you or someone you know, is it their first time sexually assaulting someone? Or is there more than that? And this is what my case, my side of the argument is about. Because, hey, I'm just documenting this crazy asshole who just keeps suing people all around the world. He tried to sue people in Japan, tried to sue people in Florida, tried to sue people in various other states, tried to sue me in Peru. Interesting. And, hey, he was arrested in Las Vegas, but he also did this thing in San Francisco, 2 different states. And those are neighboring states. I wonder if there are any other states where something strange has happened. And you know what? I told my lawyer, let's go back to that intimidation thing. It was, let me rephrase that. Let's go back to that intimidation thing. Whoever that was, who could possibly be sending my lawyer pictures of her with her family? Who could possibly be doing that? What a strange coincidence. Isn't it also a funny coincidence that there's a video on Clavicular's live stream from several months ago in Miami? He was filming for 8 hours, and it just so happened that John Mulvihill, who used to be known as John Anthony Lifestyle, ran into Clavicular, Braden Peters, on the streets of Miami. And after a few minutes, I remember John Mulvihill saying, I'm the one who doxed Wheat Waffles. He was boasting about being the one to release publicly the information about who Wheat Waffles is. What a coincidence. Would that be the only time? Oh wait, I remember a few months ago when someone uploaded on his Discord a fake passport with an AI photo of me on it, which was hilarious. I was like, well, it has my hair from 6 years ago, and it looks like me now, but it also doesn't look like me. I know what a photo of me looks like because I was there every time. And just put a fucking fake name with it because I've been telling you guys, you know what my fucking name is. This isn't a fake fucking name. I just come from an eccentric family. And he tried to dox me using a fake AI passport image. So, try just doing that to me. Did it to Wheat Waffles. Who could possibly be trying to intimidate my lawyer? Who could possibly, it's got to be someone else who just happens to have an American phone number. Got to be how strange. Doxing. Like, finding, the pattern here is finding information. Finding photos of my lawyer with her family. Something strangely coincidental about it. It wouldn't be the first time that he did something like this. Admitted. Because he admitted doing something like that to Clavicular on Clavicular's live stream. How strange. How strange. Anyway, let's keep going with these comments. She would probably report it if she knew there was a recording. And that's a whole different controversial topic. Secret recordings. I doubt she knew California is a two-party state. But I'm gonna go viral. That was a while ago now. God damn, I'm really late with these comments. Aziz Ansari got canceled during Me Too because a woman consented to sex with him and then regretted it next day. framed it. Yeah, like false. I don't know what happened in that case. I never heard of this guy, but it happens. You know, let's again. I said, what if he is innocent? Okay, but then, why is there so much weird stuff that happens? How strange. An innocent person would not do all of this weird shit. I think the mistake you make is saying that he has a record of sexual abuse. Technically speaking, he is not on a court record for it, and just the accusation does not count. Well, the fact is, he went to court. So you can say he went to court. It's fact. But then again, like I said, he's homophobic, and his lawyer came at me saying, my client was accused of being homophobic. Oh, you can't make it up. Yeah, like, it's one thing to know the law, and it's another thing to be a fucking idiot and just, like, bring it up anyway, even if it's a very verifiable fact. Technically speaking, if you keep saying he has a... is that just the same as the other one? I'm going crazy here. Oh, yeah, it's slightly different. He can keep suing you for it. Love the passion actually going out. Yeah, I did not intend to be like this, but fuck. You cannot make it up. It's insane. Anyway, let's try to remember what else. Again, for anyone who's just joining, let's summarize the crazy shit very quickly. How strange that my lawyer gets photos sent to her of her with her family. How strange. From an American phone number. How strange. Second thing, Superior Court judge yelled at his lawyer in the first 2 minutes. Unbelievable. I really, I wish I could show everyone. That was like the craziest thing. Man, yeah. But I'm just getting tired. Oh yeah, there's something I forgot to fucking say here. Kablam. Let's put this on. Let's see. The link is longer and shorter at the same time. But I made a GoFundMe because this has cost me time and money. I'm not trying to like sell people shit here or anything, but if you're interested, I just figured I might as well make a GoFundMe for two reasons, I guess. One, to document that this is happening in case something happens. I am the sole income, what do you call it, source for my family. My wife has brain cancer. She doesn't work. Technically, she can work, but she has all kinds of memory problems because she has a hole in her brain. She had a stroke in 2022, and she was taken in for emergency brain surgery, literally within a matter of days, right after Christmas in 2022. And at that time, our daughter was 2 years old. Now she's 6. And right after brain surgery, it was something like 8 to 12 hours of brain surgery. Awake. I can't imagine. My brain is the most precious thing to me. I just can't imagine. And obviously it affects her because this cancer was on the left side of her brain, if I remember correctly, in the frontal lobe, and it especially affects her memory, motor, movement, basically, and what was the other one? Memory, movement, and communication. So yeah, like my wife comes into my office and she says something to me and she's just tripping over her own words. It might take her 5 minutes just to say one sentence. Sometimes, not all the time, and it's not easy for her. I get impatient because I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it's her brain. She has a hole in her brain. She has brain cancer, and I'm the sole provider for the family. Fortunately, I live in Peru. Peru is cheap. I earn American money, so I do have that advantage. But at the same time, I had to pay for legal things. I had to pay for a lawyer, various other stuff, whatever comes up. I'm not asking for money, but I just figured I might as well make this because as a Jew, that's what I do. But seriously, I don't desperately need anything, but I like to think that this is money I could have used for my daughter's education. Like seriously, because I just my daughter now goes to a new school as of recently, and it's the holidays at the moment here, and she goes back again tomorrow. And here in Peru, school isn't free or anything like. It's not that expensive, but I did pick a very good school for her, and we're not struggling for money or anything like that. I just want to make that clear. I'm not on my knees here, but I really appreciate if anyone could even share this GoFundMe, because this is money I could have used for my daughter's future. I have a daughter, I have a family, and the guy who's harassing us does not have his own family. He does not have children. He doesn't have to consider these things. I'm a man with a wife who has cancer. I'm not a victim here. I have a daughter. I'm sending her to a good school to get a good education so she can learn English, Spanish, and Mandarin, Chinese. But all of these attacks against me have just been so unnecessary. It's a waste of my fucking time. And it's taking money away from my daughter's education fund. Because all the money I ever get, I only use it for food, for living expenses, and I have very low expenses actually. You guys have, I we have these private discussions with dating coaches, and some guys pay like $5,000 a month for rent. I own my place. I gotta pay some of it up off for the next few years, not for too many years, but it'll be paid off in less than a decade. My expenses are actually very low. Food here is very cheap, so I'm not worried about affordability. I'm just like, I want to give my daughter and the other children. My wife wants more kids. Well, we want more kids. I don't know why I'm saying my wife. It's funny because my wife would always say, I want another kid. She was saying this like a year ago. And then the next week she would say, nah. And then a few days later, she would be like, okay, I'm like, God, okay. But now she's like 100%. Now, that's just what she was saying last year. She's kind of like that, I guess, because of her brain. But we're very sad on having more children. But yeah, I really appreciate if anyone could share around. Obviously, you can't copy and paste from the screen, but this link is in the description. If you could even just share this around. I did this for two reasons. This is money I spent on legal fees. I probably inevitably have to pay more because I want to have a motion equivalent to block him from legally harassing me further, which it's illegal here to use the legal system to harass people. And that's essentially what I believe he's doing. He didn't even fucking show up to the appeal on Friday, 2 days ago. So I'm convinced, even before then, I have been convinced that he just wants to waste my time and money. This guy admitted under oath how much money he makes. I'm not sure if I believe it, but who cares? How much money he makes per month. I mentioned that last time. But again, for two reasons. This is money I could have spent on my family. Because what the fuck else am I going to spend money on? This is money I could have spent on a sofa. This is money I could have spent on... I don't really need much. I'm not a very materialistic person. This is money I could have spent on building some shelves. A bookcase. I got shelves here, but this is only for the studio office. It's money I could have spent for putting together my daughter's YouTube channel. Because my wife thinks that she should also be a YouTuber like me. She likes... And the talk I had with my daughter, for instance, is... You know, I talked to other parents and they were concerned, like, my son is playing too much Roblox. And my response was, good. Then monetize it. Every time you or your children play a video game, if you're not live streaming it, you're wasting your time. Imagine if I started live streaming video games 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, when GTA Vice City came out and stuff like that. Man, I could have a few million subscribers being a gamer YouTuber. If my daughter is playing Roblox for 2 hours a day or whatever, good. Live stream it, or at least make a video. Then she's building a future at whatever young age that could be monetized pretty easily because my channel's monetized. I have been on this journey. And hey, some people think playing video games is a waste of time. It's not if you're building a future at the same time. Having fun is not a waste of time, really. But you might as well monetize it. So, yeah, that's what I say. Like, I'm genuinely interested in having my daughter have her own YouTube channel kind of thing. She's very confident. She wants to be a singer. Then again, when I was her age, I wanted to be an astronaut or something like that. You know how it is. But you might as well teach monetizable skills from a very young age. Stage free of game. Things that... two birds, one stone. Very straightforward. So yeah, again, two reasons. This is money I could have spent for my family, for my wife's health care, for my daughter's education, that kind of thing. So I'm not out here buying lots of crazy shit. Now, do I have some cool stuff? Yes, I bought a robot that cleans the floor. One of those, the brand I have is Dream with an E at the end. It cleans the floor. If I didn't have that, I would have bought a vacuum cleaner. Same fucking thing. I don't buy the crazy fucking shit. I don't even have a car. My expenses are very low. Second reason, to keep a record of this, I might as well share this story that me and my family are being harassed by this fucking creepy weirdo. He used to make videos on YouTube until he was banned, showing photos of me and my wife calling her a dog because she wore a wig during cancer treatment. You know how inhumane that is? So, I just want to give context there. You don't have to do anything. Just share it around if you can. That's all. Let me read the comments here. Man, your family situation with your wife having cancer is terrible, grotesque. When I think you are a dating coach with hardly living wife. What a messed up scenario. So when she was diagnosed with cancer, so basically she was given emergency brain surgery very quickly, right after fucking Christmas. The date was like 28 December 2022. And she stayed in the hospital during New Year's Eve. She stayed until 2023, and then she came home. And after coming home, she was already discharged. And man, it's actually really fucking surprising how fast someone can recover after their brain is messed with. Like, I went the day after because I couldn't see her the day of her brain surgery or the day before or stuff like that. The day after her brain surgery, I went to see her and I couldn't recognize her. She had massive bandage on, her face was swollen. It looked like she was overweight or something, only in the face. Because her skull, her skin, whatever, was reacting. It was swollen. And then the next day or 2 days, within 2 days of brain surgery, almost back to normal. Not back to normal, but it is, I can't really put it into words. It's crazy how fast someone can recover from something as you would think as insane as brain surgery. Seriously. 2 days, like, oh. I would have thought it was like, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to think. But 2 days heals up real fast. But then again, you know, it leaves you with a scar. She got a massive scar going from just in front of the top of her ear all the way up. There's the middle, slightly past the middle. So it's a huge scar like that. And so some of her hair is affected, kind of thing. And her hair has never been the same since. And that's important to a woman, especially. Some men are bothered by balding. That kind of just, I can't imagine because I'm not in her position. But after discharge, when she came home, maybe 1 day after that, we had a call with the nurses to give us an update. They tested the tumor and told us the level of, well, we didn't even know it was cancer at that point, I think. They confirmed it was cancer. They told us which type of cancer it was. And chances of survival, 27% within 2 years. And we used to go to meetings at the hospital, or at a hospital, once a month. And these meetings were put on by a nurse, and I don't think she got paid for this or anything. It was only out of her own heart that she put on these meetings on Thursdays or something once a month for patients of brain cancer specifically. And I went along to maybe the second one because maybe I had a meeting of my own for the first time. Maybe I missed the first one. But I went along whenever I fucking could. In fact, I changed my programs. I moved all my programs out of the way, rescheduled everything, just so I could attend. as the husband of a brain cancer patient because I wanted to be there. I wanted to meet survivors because this is important to me. And first, when I went to, I met two different people with brain cancer. And then after a few months, one of them died. He didn't show up, and the nurse told us that he died a few days before. So you got a punch in the gut of reality of what actually happens. The attendees were dying. And yeah, this particular one who died, he had been through it for a few years. He had been on and off of treatment, and I think he was doing pretty well, or as far as I could see. It didn't look like he was dying at all. But then he did die, and I ran into his wife, his widow, I suppose, shortly after that. Or maybe it was this weird, huge coincidence. I can't remember. I think I ran into his wife. Yeah, I remember. Fuck. I ran into his wife shortly before he died in the grocery store. And she told me, I mean, she was alone. She was the only one there. Her husband wasn't there. She told me he was in life support in a hospice, ready to die. So I knew he was going to die because his wife told me when I coincidentally ran into her in a grocery store. I was shocked. So I did know in advance, actually. I just remembered that now. So yeah, it's one of those, what was going through my mind ever since is that one day my wife's gonna die. I don't know when, but when you're given 83%, no, not 83, 73% chance of dying in the first 2 years and 80% chance of dying in the first 5 years, doesn't sound good. So it has been nearly 4 years now. I thought I would have lost her 2 years ago. Because, you know, I'm there. I can see the strange stuff sometimes. So it does get to you. Hey bro, is surrogacy and single fatherhood the safest, most guaranteed way to have a legacy without the risk of a modern woman sabotaging everything? I'm just gonna say no to that because that's not family. You gotta have someone who's on your fucking side. When my wife was hospitalized with brain cancer, I was on her fucking side. And if you ever get hospitalized, I hope someone's on your fucking side. Because that is family. Having kids is inferior to family itself. Family is having kids, having a family, having a team. Family is having a team. I want you to want a team that supports you. And you have to be the leader of the team. I think the reason a lot of, now this isn't the entire reason obviously, but I think a reason a lot of relationships suffer is in some part the man has to kind of take responsibility for everything. You have to be the leader in your relationship and in your family, obviously. You're the man of the house. You heard these phrases before. Man of the house. She's the one wearing the pants in the relationship. These are things that have always hinted towards the man needing to be the one to lead. So we talk about the 3 stages of game: meeting women, keeping women, raising family, dating, relationships, family. Leadership is across the board. What is masculinity? What is leadership? The same fucking thing, in my opinion. Now, I don't really understand, I don't think anyone understands what masculinity is supposed to be. We think of femininity, we think of long nails, long hair, titties, and a woman being feminine. We know what that looks like. We think of being a man, we think of big muscles and shit. Masculinity and leadership are almost the same thing. That's my conclusion, at least. And I would love, if someone has a different opinion, I would love to listen to it, because that would just give me further insight. I'm not looking for everyone to agree with me. I'm looking for more pieces of the puzzle. And that's what this channel has always been about. This isn't about my advice. This is about putting the pieces of the puzzle together. We got this perspective, this perspective, this perspective. If they're all saying this thing is true, then okay, everyone agrees on this. If this person's disagreeing with this person, but both are successful, there are multiple ways to do this. So I like to build the bigger picture. That kind of thing. So yeah, back to like being more relevant to your question. I want you to want a team, and the team is family. The family is run by you. You're the leader of the family. Because if you're just avoiding that, surrogacy, no, that doesn't sound good. That's just, hey, what if someone stabs me on the street? Guess I'll just stay in my house for the rest of my life. You can't avoid possible problems. You have to be the man, be out there, experience life, gain more points for your wisdom, and lead. And I don't know what formula there is for what kind of woman a man should look for. I don't know the exact formula. I know the red flags. I know some green flags, but I don't know the exact formula. But an important thing is for you not to marry or have children with the wrong woman. And I'll give an example of a girlfriend of mine in the past who was the wrong woman. She did drugs. I don't do drugs. Never did. Never. She was an alcoholic. She got drunk. She went to have girls' nights out. She got raped. She went to mental hospital. Her communication was all over the place. She had depression. And I have friends with depression. I know people who died because they have depression. I have sympathy for depression. But it kind of is a red flag, sadly. I can't deny that. I want to help you if you have some kind of difficulty like that. I take depression very fucking seriously. I don't have depression. It doesn't exist in my brain because I am way too focused on my purpose in life. So in a way, I could obnoxiously say depression doesn't exist, or I'm immune to depression or something like that. Cool story until it happens to you. Like, you never know, 20 years from now, some crazy shit. But I have handled a lot in my life at the same time. My wife has brain cancer. She might be dying. I have children. I have this bullshit legal case, but some woman stole money from me because I paid her company to install blinds, and she just took my fucking money. I got lots of stuff going on, but I am fireproof. I am fucking fireproof. I can handle crazy amounts of stress. I didn't realize until I was on a capsizing boat that I turn the fuck on in emergency situations. There could be like a party and I'm just like derping around and whatever, just like meh, nothing crazy's happening. But fire breaks out, or I'm on a ship or a boat that's sinking or capsizing, or some emergency fucking happens. I'm in the fucking zone. I'm not uncomfortable with emergency situations. I have seen people die. You gotta be ready for whatever life throws at you. And you are presented with a challenge, good. You have the opportunity to come out stronger than ever, to prove to yourself, even if you don't believe that you have it in you. You have the opportunity to show yourself that you can come out stronger. Problem comes in your life, welcome it with open fucking arms, because it also is a lesson and an opportunity for you to grow, become better, become stronger. There are so many people who are weak, and I have a little bit of empathy for them, I suppose. But you have to nobody's coming to save you. Ironically, I have a GoFundMe, but nobody's coming to save you. You have to kick your own ass, and you're really lucky and fortunate if people help you. And I was thinking about this recently. It's not the first time. Nobody ever makes it on your own. Is Kylie Jenner a self-made billionaire? Nobody ever made it on their own. If you cut down a tree by yourself, congratulations, you cut down a tree by yourself. But you can't ever claim that you did it all by yourself if it was something bigger than just cutting down a tree by yourself. Support, human cooperation and support is the greatest thing. And that's what families should be. A lot of families fight each other. You just have to be the change to prevent that from happening. Whenever there's a bit of friction in my relationship, I'm like, we are a team. I emphasize, we are a team. Now, that doesn't mean we're equal. I'm the leader. But it means we're a team. So don't... I took this particular metaphor from Michael Sartain. If I'm holding a rope, don't pull against me. This isn't tug of war. Pull in the same direction as me, not against me. I don't want to struggle against you. We're not supposed to fight each other. Conquer what needs to be conquered for this family with me. I really want to emphasize team, cooperation kind of thing. But also, that doesn't mean you're equal. You need to be the leader because you're a man. A woman is like, so where are we eating out? You're like, I don't know. She's going to think you're fucking useless. So it's misogynistic Ice White saying men should be the ones leading. Well, yeah, because you're going to get annoyed at us if we don't. So I'm not wrong on that aspect. So let's keep going. Lots of comments coming in here. Remember rumors the football player Ronaldo either did it or was considering it, but he had a beautiful bimbo wife to be mom. He wanted to impregnate another woman to spare the bimbo. What? Okay. I can't comprehend John has a million plus company. It was ridiculous how loyally his bottom henchmen of boot camps, emphasis on bottom there, pay him up. Unfathomable. Insane. Guys get married and have kids, and their wife divorces them when they're sick in the hospital or when he loses his job. This is, yeah, I don't disagree. It happens. But you can't just believe that there's nobody out there. You have to have positivity. Because if you're only looking for negativity, that's what you're gonna fucking get. That's what you're gonna fucking see. If you're only looking for negativity. So I like to be more hopeful, positive, but not hopelessly. You know, I think I have it pretty good. My daughter looks exactly like me. I have my own clone, female version. That to me, I am on global domination right now. I am producing heirs. But yeah, sounds silly, but seriously, there doesn't it kind of annoy you when there's some like parents they say, "My kids are the best in the world. I'm so proud of them." Sounds cheesy and boring, and you take one look at their kids and I fucking hate those kids. Man, I agree. I see other people's kids and I'm like, I don't. But you know, there are kids in my wife's family that are genuinely good. There's my wife's cousin's son. He's maybe 7 years old or something. He's not annoying. He's a good kid. But then I see a bunch of other kids. That's an annoying fucking kid. So I don't like the entire family because I know the mom isn't doing anything about the bad behavior. So there are good kids out there. There are bad kids out there. There are misguided parents out there. That kind of thing. So anyway, what are we talking about? Yeah, like it sounds cheesy and boring when there's some parents saying, "I love my kids." No, bitch, you don't. But genuinely, that's what I want to emphasize. You don't realize how fucking amazing it is until you're there. My daughter trusts me. You know, maybe you guys can relate to the fact that you couldn't discuss certain things with your parents because you believed that they wouldn't understand. They wouldn't understand your perspective. They wouldn't support you. They would punish you. They would call you bad. They would take your PlayStation free away from you for accidentally smashing a window or something like that. My daughter can tell me anything, and she proves that to me willingly on her own accord. So that's the kind of relationship I have with my children. My daughter is always honest with me. Now, when she was younger, here's the joke I used to say in relation to John Anthony lifestyle. I would say, where are the cookies? Who ate all the cookies? My daughter would have chocolate all across her face, and she would say, "It was you." That's basically what John Anthony lifestyle was doing when he would accuse other people of doing something that he himself did that the other person didn't do. Who ate all the cookies? My daughter has the cookies all over her face. And she said, "It was you." She was like 2 years old or something. But yeah, she's 6 years old now. She's super fucking honest to me. and I have to show her these documentaries to prepare her. Oh, what? Strange, I don't know. But hey, if there's a documentary about that, everything is perspective, right? I'm not gonna sit here and be like, there's only one way to do this. Again, like, if it works for someone, it could be a good model for you. I just don't like the sound of it. That wouldn't, I don't think that's good for me. Might not be good for you, might be good for you. But that's Ronaldo. He has his own thing going on. If I could sit Ronaldo down, and he speaks English, Messi doesn't, and have an honest, private conversation with him and go through the advantages and disadvantages, then I can understand the reasons from his perspective. Like, okay, that makes sense in that paradigm. But otherwise, like, I don't think that is advisable for the majority of people. Getting married these days is a huge gamble, but single fatherhood is a terrible idea if you don't have a bimbo wife. Even when you pay for kid care, you still need a bimbo mom. Okay, what? I see what you mean. It's the grim alternative, but it's all we got. Unless we want to be at the mercy of That's the problem I have with the wording here. Be at the mercy. You're a man no matter what you do. You have to have consistently. Now, look, just me saying leadership, 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 masculinity doesn't solve the world's divorce problems. It doesn't solve the problem. Like, I'm not there. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Some women definitely have fucking problems with them, like schizophrenia or all this other stuff. They have their own traumatic experiences. And there are people who sabotage themselves and their family. It is real. And there is corruption. I don't have the 100% effective against germs, bacteria solution to this kind of thing. But hey, if you never want to catch a disease again, stay in a box for the rest of your life. You have to take risk. There is no true success without a risk, or something like that. I'm not quoting anyone. Yeah, there's this whole discussion going on here. Let's see if I can skip around. Trying to find a solution for us men who want to have a legacy. That's for everyone's legacy is different. A legacy is not just having kids. Family, like when my grandparents died, my grandparents were the coolest people in the fucking universe. But when they died, their children were included, which includes my dad, or doesn't include my dad really. Some of their children, my aunts and uncles, were fighting over like who keeps what and like fucking up the property and everything like that. So like they lived over 80 years. They were married for over 60 years or something. They die and their children fight over their belongings. That's sad to see. And my dad was seeing right through that bullshit immediately because he was straight out of there. He was like, I'm not fucking fighting my brother and sister kind of thing. So he stepped back and was like, I'm not gonna fucking selfishly make the death of my own parents about me, that kind of thing. So my grandfather, my grandmother, they lived a great life together, and I think my uncle, aunt, whoever the fuck it was, maybe kind of ruined it around that time when they started fighting with the family. Like, they created the family. Have respect. So, nothing's ever gonna be perfect. As much as I believe that my grandparents were perfect. They died, and the proceedings were not perfect after that. It's like, they raised you, and now you fight each other. Like, this is not how they intended it to be. This is not how it should be. So yeah, there's always gonna be that kind of thing, but when you're the leader of your own life, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can take your legacy away from you. You can't take away from the legacy of Malcolm X. You can't take away from the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Whatever historical figure, insert here. You can't take away from that. Trying to find a solution for his men who want to have a legacy without being at the mercy of a modern woman being able to sabotage everything. Oh, that's a good talking point, actually. Incentivization to divorce and using kids against each other. That's a fucking horrible thing. But let's talk about incentive to divorce. That's a problem. Here in Peru, the divorce rate, last time we checked, it probably hasn't fucking changed, is something like 0.02% or 0.002. I know one person here in Peru who is getting a divorce. And the reason I say getting a divorce is because it doesn't take a fucking week. I don't know how long gringo divorces take. Like when I was in school, half of my friends, their parents were already divorced or were getting a divorce. There's a kid on my street, and his parents were together for years, but then when he became a teenager or something, his parents were getting a divorce. And I was like, oh man. So he didn't live on my street anymore. He moved to another place. It affected my friendship with him. And I'm not even part of his family. His family's divorce caused him, my friend, to move house somewhere else. So that literally, small part, affected my life. Is now my best friend lives somewhere else. So I had numerous best friends over time. So whenever that was. But yeah, incentive is a funny thing. I know one person here in Peru who is getting a divorce. Here in Peru, don't quote me on this. I really don't know the ins and outs, but from what I have been told and seen, in order to get your divorce approved by the Peruvian government, you have to live with your wife or husband for several years and confirm that you still want a divorce. It's the best and worst idea ever. I think it's, I don't know what to think, but I think it's kind of smart actually. So a friend, it's weird because a high school friend, it's a high school friend of my wife. She is the one who's getting a divorce, I guess. So maybe 1 or 2 years ago, we were hanging out with her, and she's a singer. We would go to some of her shows, and she invited us to her birthday getaway. Went to a villa on the outskirts of the city with her boyfriend, but she still has a husband. So it's this weird thing where socially she is with her boyfriend. I haven't seen both of them in the same place for a while now. This was more like a year ago. I don't know how it stands at the moment. But we used to hang out. Me, my wife's high school friend, and her boyfriend. And I met her husband years ago when I first came to Peru. And last time I saw her, it was at her son's birthday party, nearby actually. And her husband, the father of her son, was there because it's a family event. So the boyfriend wasn't there. Or I don't know if they broke up or whatever. I don't know what the situation is. But in Peru, the way divorce works is you have to keep living together for several years and then reconfirm that you still want the divorce. It is, I don't know, because it's kind of stupid and smart at the same time. But I kind of like it because it makes sense. You can't just fucking bail on your family like a lot of men, women do it too, tend to do. It is, there's nothing more pathetic than a man running away from his family, in my opinion. I saw a news article in the last few days where a woman is facing jail time or something because she sold her 4-year-old child or something to a random man. You gave your own child to a pedophile. Lock her the fuck up. And obviously lock the pedophile up too. Lock that woman the fuck up. Lock that bitch up. She sold her own 3 or 4-year-old child, or it was somewhere in that range, like 2 to 5 years old. She sold her own child to a pedophile. I was about to say something that would get me banned on YouTube, but I'm not a very extreme person, but I really like the death penalty for situations like this. If I was emperor of the universe, straight to hell you go for doing something like that. Not acceptable. You can't even fucking comprehend it. But anyway, I'm going fucking way off the track here. Yeah, I understand. See what else there is, and then let's wrap it up, I guess. I've been yelling at the fucking camera for 2 hours. The one solution is to move to Scandinavia, where there is whatever that is. Huge state support. So I remember I'm partially Norwegian, partially Swedish. Never been there though. But I remember some interesting things about parental leave. In the USA, maternity leave is fucked. But in, I think it was Sweden at least, they have what's called parental leave. It's not maternity leave. It's for both parents. So they seem to be doing some things pretty smart there. Other things, not so much. We know what that is. A friend is in a relationship with a Peruana who's trying to get him to marry her so she can get a green card. Apparently, she doesn't want a relationship with him if he doesn't give her. Well, the only true test this time, I suppose. Yeah. Imagine, just imagine this, imagine being in a relationship with a woman. Let's think about it from his perspective. Let's say you're in a relationship with a woman. She isn't sucking your penis. Does she love you? She doesn't have sex with you. Does she love you? She doesn't let you do anal. Does she love you? If there are certain things she doesn't want to do with you, that is a hint of her true intentions. Now, I gave some random sexual examples there, but there's a difference between words and actions. If there's a way to read the actions of her, that's what you, if you were in his position, should be concerned about. Don't pay attention to her words because she could be a fucking liar. Pay attention to her actions. So the obvious thing to look out for here is time. If she is with this guy for like 1 year and like, I'm breaking up with you because you didn't give me a green card. Okay, obviously it's not going to be like that, but exaggeration for dramatic effect. Well, there you have it. But what are her reasons for being with you if you're in his position? What are her reasons for wanting a green card? Where does she live? Has she ever lived in the USA before or stayed for several months at least? That's an interesting thing because, is she shopping around while she's pretending to be with you? So that's another thing. Yeah, I don't have all the answers for this, but the true test of love in a situation like this is you move to Peru. And if she's happy with that, she's happy with you. What does she want more? Does she want you or does she want to fucking live in the USA and use you to get there? Because, hey, I know people who bribed men to marry their sister so that she could get into the country. Like, here's $5,000 if you marry my sister so she could come into the country. And then, like, there you go. That kind of thing. That literally was said to me by a friend of mine. I think in Peru, if your girlfriend lives with you for more than 2 years, she can make you pay her after a breakup. It's like, come on. I don't know how it works, but I never had that problem. Technically speaking, my wife is richer than me. So I had this opposite problem where she has to make sure that I'm not sponging off her. So it's a funny thing because I didn't know when I first got with her, like, who her dad was or how rich the family is, but bonus. So yeah, if fortunately I ended up in a relationship with a woman who has a rich family, so that kind of thing. But a humble rich family. My father-in-law is very, very, very discreet and smart. He doesn't waste his money or anything like that. So they know all about assets, various businesses and everything like that. So yeah, it was a funny thing. I remember family members of mine talking about saying to me, let's go marry us some rich blonde girls or something like that. And it's funny because the person who said that to me, I think his girlfriend is richer than him. So manifest, dude. But seriously, it's not like I don't pay for anything. I pay my mortgage and whatever. My wife doesn't work, so she doesn't generate money. There's just no pressure. I saw this comment on Facebook recently where a Ukrainian woman said in the comments randomly, I want a man who makes at least $6,000 per month for my expenses. So I replied to her comment and said, what are your monthly expenses? And she didn't, She didn't even really like give a real answer. I can't remember what she said, but it was just, man, you need a man who makes $72,000 approximately, because your expenses are $72,000. So who's paying for you now? Because you're saying it's your monthly expenses. Some blonde Ukrainian. $6,000 per month. Seriously? I have only ever spent more than $6,000 in 1 month, once or twice in my life. I scheisse thou not. Anyway, we're done with the comments. Can't remember if there was anything else, but holy fucking shit. I just had to give this update. I got real crazy earlier in like the first hour doing this. It's unfucking believable. But if you guys can share the GoFundMe, I would really appreciate that. I didn't want to make that. I was like, only yesterday was I thinking about it. I was like, give it a fucking try, because at least it's gonna work out either way. Because at least if $0 is generated, it's not about money. It's about, that's money I could have used for my daughter's education or something like that. So this guy's just being an asshole, and I want him to pay my legal expenses because he's clearly wasting my fucking time. He didn't even show up in fucking court. Scared? So the real underlying thing here, regardless of what happens, is that the story is shared, because that's a record on the internet that I was here and he was weird. So, hey, that rhymes on purpose. Anyway, if there are no further questions, I might as well, though there was that one in Spanish, but I'm assuming he doesn't know English, so I have covered that question before, so might as well save it for another time, maybe. Or just send me a message, or post it on Skool, actually. That'll be better, because I could give a lengthy answer there. Because fame is I'll just leave with one thing. Every single person is famous. It's not a thing you have or don't have. It's a scale. It's a spectrum. Either people know you exist or people don't know you exist. Unless you're that woman from Siberia who didn't meet anyone else for several decades because she was in the middle of fucking nowhere, she was not famous. She's famous now because that story went around the world, but for those decades when she was living in complete isolation, nobody knew she existed. That was an example of someone who's not famous. Everyone is famous. If you live in a small town, people know you exist. You're famous. You're famous in that context. If you're on TV, you're famous. People recognize you from that context. Every single person is famous. Every single. I'm famous on YouTube. I have subscribers. You're watching. You know what I look like. There was a guy who came here to build my daughter's bed, and he recognized me from my debate between Mystery and Ross Jeffries. I'm famous in Peru because one guy recognized me. I have been recognized in other places too, around here. You're famous. Someone recognizes you for something, that's because you're famous. No matter how small or big it is. Every single person is famous unless nobody knows you exist. There's a fascinating, I think it's called North Sentinel Island. Fascinating island in the ocean. It's part of India, and there's a tribe that lives there that's relatively uncontacted. And the Indian Navy makes sure that nobody goes over there because they basically try to kill you for going to their island. Uh, there was some American guy who tried to convert them to Christianity, and he was never seen again. Um, the the natives who are living on North Sentinel Island, they're famous. We don't know. We don't have like pictures of them close up or anything. In the last few years, at least, there are some from close to 100 years ago. Um, we know of them. We don't have close-up photos recently of them. But even if we didn't know about them, they are famous to each other because that's all they know. Those are only the people they know. Several decades ago, the Indian government tried to make a visit so they could plant an Indian flag and let them know that they are Indian. And they were not attacked. It was a fascinating thing. The theory is that they had a woman, because they had an Indian woman with them, because they had a woman, they didn't attack. But other stories, when it's only men that go there, they always fucking attack. Almost always. So it's a funny thing. Anyway, I'm just blabbing on about random shit now. I think I covered everything. Aside from that, the only other thing I gotta say is the appeal is still pending. The hearing was 2 days ago. He did not fucking turn up to it. But the judges are going to make their decision in the coming weeks. So I may have another update regarding that. But for real, I wish you were there because in the first 2 fucking minutes, the judge yelled at his lawyer. I could not fucking believe it myself. I was like, damn, this is exciting and scary at the same time. And I was like, is he here? What the fuck? He didn't fucking show up. He didn't bother fucking showing up. Cowardice. Catch you guys on the other side. Game on.